3X Lex, 3X Lex, Triple X. Back in the office, gentlemen. Chief Product Engineer, Chief Executive Officer of 3X Tech, reporting for duty, gentlemen. All right, guys, I'm here today to give my thoughts and breakdown of Maximus 2 versus Streets of Rage 4. Now, if you've been watching my videos recently, I've spent a lot of time doing some rather detailed breakdowns of Streets of Rage 4 and Maximus 2. Both are outstanding beat 'em ups. I would say those two games are probably the premier beat 'em ups of this current era, in my opinion. Like, I really enjoyed both of these games. Streets of Rage 4, as we know, very classic franchise going back to the very early 90s. 2 pretty much being the pinnacle of that Streets of Rage series. Incredibly popular on Genesis. Everybody had it back in the day. Phenomenal beat 'em up game. Arguably the most popular beat 'em up game of that era. It was certainly very popular and up there. It was everywhere. What else could really be said? Streets of Rage is just phenomenal series. Had been ages. I think the last Streets of Rage 3 came out on Genesis. And that was a long time ago. Not much longer after 2 came out. Nothing appeared on Saturn or Dreamcast. Sega ended up going away and just start making games for other systems. No sequels or talk or anything. Then out of nowhere, boom, here you go, Streets of Rage 4. Phenomenal game. Art style is fantastic. I just really enjoy Streets of Rage 4. It's a fantastic game. It can be played up to 4 players. Graphics look great. Unique style to the graphics. Classic characters. Great gameplay. It's very true to the series. It's very methodical. They made it more combo heavy this time than even before. It was always combo heavy, but it's very combo heavy now. Very methodical pace though. The action can speed up, but it's always had a slow, steady pace. It hasn't been like a rapid fire style beat 'em up pace. It doesn't have a rapid style beat 'em up pace like something like Violent Storm or Metamorphic Force. That's like a lightning fast beat 'em up where you're just running through, like demolishing things. Like, it's a little bit more methodical, I could say, in the approach to that game, especially in single player mode, even in 2-player. 4-player modes, it speeds up a little bit. It's a lot more enemies that comes out in Streets of Rage 4 4-player, and it speeds up a little bit more, but there's definitely emphasis on combat. I like it. Now, it's a great game, a phenomenal game. I was gonna crown it probably the beat 'em up of this era, but, you know, I've been spending a lot of time with Maximus 2. As you guys know, mobile game made by 4Fats. Shout out to 4Fats. Hey, this game is great, man. It's a phenomenal beat 'em up. I had a lot of fun with this game. This is my favorite mobile game that I've encountered thus far, and probably the one I spent the most time playing. It's a free to download mobile game. If you don't have it, definitely go get it for your phone. And when the Dragon Slayer is released, definitely download it for your Slayer. Great game, man. Unique graphics, lightning fast gameplay, extremely enjoyable, long stages. It even has platforming elements to it. So, I mean, this game is something else. The fact that this is kind of a more just an Android mobile game is pretty remarkable. It really goes to show there's some real hidden gems out there in the mobile space, because, I mean, I never would have thought I'd encountered something like this. To be honest, they've outdone themselves with this beat 'em up, to be honest. It's extremely how can I put it? It's extremely enjoyable to play. I really like the pace of this game even more than Streets of Rage 4. I prefer a more lightning fast beat 'em up pace over something a little bit more slower and methodical. I mean, that said, I still love Streets of Rage 4, but I prefer the pacing of this game more. And in addition to that, this game also has the platform elements, which I've mentioned before. And another thing, the difficulty on this game really ramps up as you play it. Like, as you go stage per stage, like, I've noticed, like, a lot of enemies that were doing big damage in the earlier stages have reappeared, or similar enemies have appeared in later stages, and their movement is like lightning fast. So they were real clever with how they tune the difficulty of this game. It's really, the AI is very clever in this game, I'll say that, as opposed to Streets of Rage 4. They're just kind of, the AI is a little cheap in that game. I would say it's a lot of cheap shots in Streets of Rage 4. So the AI is more clever. Right now, man, I ain't gonna lie, Maximus 2 is the beat 'em up to beat right now. Like, it doesn't seem to be a ton of entries in this sector right now. It's a few other things I want to look into and check out and bring to the forefront. But right now, Maximus 2 is my favorite beat 'em up. Like, I love Streets of Rage 4. It's a fantastic game. They did a fantastic job with it. The mobile port's great. I mean, it's pretty much identical to the console and the PC ports, to be honest. But, you know, Maximus 2, hey, man, that's my game right now. Very impressed. They just dropped some updates to this game. They added like a Battle Coliseum area, and you can go in there. It's like more of a survival mode, and you can go in there and fight in this Coliseum, and they keep releasing more and more waves of characters to fight. You go in with another group of small axemen and knights, and you go in there and you just slug it out and last as long as you can, and that's a ton of fun. So that's a nice diversion from the usual mission. Also, I like that I've seen in this game too is they have some unique missions in this game, because and I've seen this in Blackmore 2, and I'm gonna do a more in-depth breakdown of Blackmore 2 also. But what I've noticed is I've noticed a couple missions in this game stages where you just kind of defend and hold off the enemy for a certain amount of time, and that's kind of unique in the beat 'em up sector, you know. So this game kind of ties together a lot of different elements that you see more in adventure games, even, you know, RPG style games and stuff, but it's still fun and it's hack and slash action and it doesn't get boring. Streets of Rage 4 is just a straight through beat 'em up. Like, there's really not much platforming or, you know, strategy or like holding, you know, hostages or defending any areas or anything. There's nothing of that ilk. It's just very straightforward like the old ones was, which is great game. But they're actually bringing a level of innovation to this genre, and this is something that should have probably been done a long time ago. And you know, because honestly, in my opinion, the beat 'em up pretty much kind of ended back in the mid-90s. I mean, with the popularity of Street Fighter 2, the genre like really declined, because, you know, the thing to make after that was one-on-one fighting games. That was what was making all the money. So less people were interested in beat 'em ups after that. So they slowly kind of went away as the mid to late 90s came, and I didn't really see much interest in that. I know they tried to drop Fighting Force on PlayStation back in the late 90s. It was 3D. Had a decent buzz. It didn't really turn out that good though. Kind of slow and methodical. It wasn't really that fun to play. It was a decent game though. But yeah, you know, this is this is something else, man. They really did a great job with this. I'm impressed with what they've been able to achieve from a graphic standpoint too for a mobile game. I'll say this, enjoying this on a gigantic 55-inch arcade, which I've been doing, is a whole nother level of, this brings a whole nother level of enjoyment to this game versus playing this on a tablet. It's fantastic on a tablet or a cell phone, but playing this game on an actual arcade machine, hey, it's an experience that must be seen to believe, and it must be experienced. It's something else. Other than that, I guess I'll wrap this up by saying that both are fantastic games. I'm really impressed with it. I'm more impressed with what Maximus 2 has done to kind of push the genre forward a little bit, and at least try to gain a little bit more ground in revitalizing the genre, more so than Streets of Rage 4. I feel they're on to something, and hey, they've done a fantastic job. So definitely go check out both games. Like I say, right now, Maximus 2 will be the game to beat in this beat 'em up era, current beat 'em up era. But definitely check out both games. They're both fantastic. And that's my detailed breakdown of Maximus 2 versus Streets of Rage 4. So, hey, 3X Lex out, and I'll get with you on the next one. Peace.